Alright, it's Saturday, August 3rd, and I got enough cucumbers here that I think I can put in the food processor, and I'm going to make dill relish today. I don't know how much more I'm going to get, but I've got a cantaloupe to cut up, a watermelon to cut up, and I've got 4 dozen ears of corn there that has to be at least shucked today or tomorrow so I can get them done and froze and put into the freezer for the winter. But I think this will make a good mess of pickle relish. So I am going to get set up and get going on it. Now how I make pickle relish is not per the Ball Canning book. I've kind of tweaked my own. So I just want you to know this is not an approved recipe that I'm going to be doing. I am comfortable with how I do it. I use the Mrs. Wages canning mix is what I do. And I go ahead and I chop up my cucumbers here. I run them through the food processor. And then I mix up my Mrs. Wages packet mix for kosher dill pickles. Alright, I've got onions in there. I didn't put a whole lot. Just a handful of my onions didn't get huge this year, so I just threw in some onions. And that's my last one that I will pulse. And I've got this much in the pan. And I will just put that Mrs. Wages mix here in a little bit in, and I'll just let it cook for a while. Now I had some Mrs. Wages mix left the other day when I made it, so I just put it in a half-gallon jar and I keep it in the fridge. So I'm going to pour some in here, and I eyeball it. Like I say, this is not an approved recipe. Probably just a little smidgen different each time I do it, but I just put it in there till it looks right, and then I let it simmer. And right now all I got in there is chopped cucumbers and onions. So it's nothing. I don't know if I can pour this. My phone went kaput on me, so I'm using my iPad, so this is not my favorite way to video. Let me pour some in, and then I'll show you, tell you how many cups I put in. Alright, that looks about right. I probably put in a quart of that mix. Maybe not quite a quart, but I'm just going to put it on the stove now on medium to low heat. I'm just going to let it simmer for a while until I think it looks good, taste it, and then we'll get it jarred up. Okay, I've had the relish simmering for a while. Like I said, it's just chopped up cucumbers and onions and Mrs. Wages kosher dill pickle mix. Kind of just made up my own recipe. This is not an approved recipe, like I said earlier. So I did not like the recipes that was in the books or on the internet, so I kind of just come up with what was best for us. You do what's best for you. If you're not comfortable with it, please do your research and do one that suits you best. But for us, this is what we like. These are half pints, and I think the Mrs. Wages says pints is 10 minutes in a water bath canner. So I'll go ahead and do the 10 minutes. I think that's what I've always done. And get them put up for the winter, for the shelf. This is what I put in chicken salad, ham salad, egg salad, macaroni, potato salad. This is my go-to relish, and we really like it. So I'll get you a good snapshot of what they look like when they're all done. And there they are. I've got 13 1/4 pints, half pints of dill pickle relish to go on the shelf. That should get me a year. If I get an overabundance of cucumbers again, I may do another round. Like I said, we love this dill relish. So I think that's all I'm gonna get done for today. So this is Shelly from Hodgepodge Hoosiers. Bye for now.